Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. And welcome to today's episode of Shay's Wellness Club Q&A accountability sessions. And welcome. You did not find this live, this replay, this live by accident. You are meant to be here to become more accountable, make better outcomes, and better our relationship with food. Because what is better than eating than actually enjoying what we eat and actually it fuels us. So, welcome to today's episode. Thank you for my wellness warriors watching. Give this video a like, a share, a comment if anything resonates with you, if you have any questions, or if you just want to chat, I'll talk back. For those that don't know, I've lost over 60 pounds naturally, and I am determined to help my ladies especially, but the guys as well, do the same. Whether it's becoming more consistent with our routine throughout the day, better in our relationship with food, what I just mentioned, and also gaining confidence in areas we didn't even expect to gain more confidence, to achieve better outcomes. My goal is for us to not only, feel better, but do better in everyday life. Okay, this isn't just about working out. This isn't just about eating right. This is the mental and physical and psychological part of wellness in general. Welcome. Okay. And today we're going to be talking something a little specific today. We're going to be talking about something that I personally went through this week. For those that don't know, you guys know I've lost 6 pounds naturally. But I recently won my gym's transformation challenge. And for those that don't know, my gym had a transformation challenge that was about 6 weeks long. You did have to pay to get in it, but the best part about it, if you reached a certain criteria, when you reached a certain criteria, you were able to get the money back. So in our wellness challenge, I have no problem with saying how much it was. It was $120. And if you were able to at least go to your two private, first of all, you got 2 personal training sessions for that, for however time you schedule it, which was about $150, because we all know personal trainers, especially at a gym, is expensive. So that was worth it just by 2 sessions. But also you had to lose 3% body fat, and that was pretty much the criteria to get your money back. And I mean, the only thing is you didn't get your money back like physically, as far as like if you paid on your card, you get the money back on your card, but it was able to go back on your account. So you're able to use it towards products. So if they had creatine or pre-workout or protein powder, stuff like that, you could use it towards that. You could actually use it towards personal training sessions. So you're able to get 4 in the amount of 2, if that makes sense. Or you just use it towards wherever. Now, the boat that I'm in is I'm at to the point, I don't want to say I don't need a trainer, because everyone kind of looks at me as a trainer already. But hi, thanks for joining today. But so I'm trying to figure out, okay, I got the money back from the challenge. Thank God. Plus, I was actually the winner of the challenge. So I was able to win $250. Thank you, God. So what they do, I didn't do too crazy of it. I got my husband something nice, and I put that towards my business. So I got kind of like inventory for my meal prep service. So I got more meal prep containers and like juicing bottles. And I upgraded my juicer. So thank you. Okay. Because I just knew I had to do something productive with the money I won. And I planned on winning. Anyways, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to use the $120 for. I could use it for a membership, but it's like, what should I use it for? Should I use it for more of training. Training helped me a great deal. That's why I'm sort of low-key pushing from the trainer that used me. Both of his trainees won the challenge. And he said he didn't get anything for it. And I'm like, how do you, the person that had two winners, not just one, but two winners, not get anything from it? So I hope that I'm going to try to see if I talk to the manager or something and see if he can get something, because trainers are so important in the wellness journey. If you're someone that wants to start a gym or in a gym and haven't used your complimentary session, whether that's introductory session where they just help you with a few workouts, or an actual training session, or if you have an introductory session where it's like $50 or something like that and you're able to use a trainer, use a trainer. I think that is ideal in your beginning journey. If you don't use someone like me, which is a wellness strategist, to definitely try and utilize a trainer. If someone wants me to help them virtually, I am available as well. But definitely use that if you're going to a gym, because you're paying for it anyway. When you pay for a monthly subscription, use everything you can that's available to you, okay? I was not going to pay a certain amount, $120 for a challenge, and not use my 2 training sessions. And people have told me that people paid for the challenge and didn't come to the extra workouts. We had specific and special workouts we were able to use, and also didn't use the training sessions. I'm like, well, what's the point? Like, you just wasted $120 and you could have put that towards the market or something. I don't know. But utilize things that are available to you. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about something that specifically I was thinking about. So I was looking through my pictures in my camera roll, right? And we, just like me, everybody else, we have a lot of pictures accumulated. A lot of us don't realize, or a lot of us probably do realize, that we take pictures, especially as ladies. You know, we take pictures of everything. We screenshot receipts. We save stuff that we're not going to do later, stuff like that. So I was going through my camera roll and I realized that I'm like, let me go all the way back. And once in a while, I go all the way to my very original Google saved feed, right? Which goes back to like 2013, 2014 type deal. So when I did that, I was like, whoa. And when people ask me, okay, what do you mean by whoa? And I'm like, okay. When people say whoa, what do you mean by that? Just how I was speaking. So I was looking in 2013, 2014, 2015, and I was like, wow, look at me. You know, I was partying, I was having fun. I was just being me, being fun. And then I realized my pictures, right? A lot of people that know my journey know that my pictures were the ideal thing. One of the main things that made me look at my weight and was like, hold up now. Something ain't right. So when I looked at my pictures now in 2026 at 2015, 16, 17 pictures, I was like, girl. And every time I do that, and I suggest anyone watching this or the replay to go back and look at your pictures. It really shows you where you slipped up. That's where I noticed I slipped up. And I have no problem with admitting that. When I was in 2015, 2016, 2014 era, which was an era, I realized, why did I let myself get this big? Now, people accuse me of being fat shaming and for being a pick me and just saying all this stuff that really isn't true. I'm really talking about things that I went through as a plus sized, bigger, 230-pound plus girl, okay? If anything, I'm shaming myself, even though I don't find shame in my story. But When I go back to those pictures, my arm was like double my arm. My waist was a lot, you know, my waist was a lot more than this. Okay, let me just say, just believe that I was double what I am now. Okay, so when I looked at those pictures, and I just it just made me ask questions about myself, like why didn't no one tell me? If you've lost weight or if you gain weight, you kind of thinking, looking at your old pictures, you're like, why didn't anyone tell me? Were they really my friends egging me on, telling me I look good when I didn't? And honestly, it came to another question of mine. Oh, sorry. It came to another question of mine. Would I even be able to accept if a friend told me that I was gaining too much weight? So ask yourself now, are you someone that's able to accept, like, full transparency, not being someone being mean and rude and stuff? Because me, I was able to take a lot. Well, my skin has definitely thickened since I've lost weight. But can someone, a friend, a family member, confidant, a mentor, someone important to you, are they able to come to you as a friend, as a person that loves you, and able to tell you you've gained too much weight, or you're letting yourself go, or you need to go to the gym? And when I ask myself that, I'm like, in a way, I could have took that, because I'd rather someone tell me before it's too late. Because when I went to 230 pounds, I really was like the frumpy friend of the group, and I did not like that. I didn't like that. Eventually, I started contorting I start posing a certain way in photos. Hi, thanks for joining. Um, I didn't like that. Well, one, now that I think about it, I just wasn't eating right. But anyways, are we someone that can take constructive criticism? Um, Now it's hard because I could honestly say there's no, well, I don't want to say no friend, but there's no one I can honestly say, hey, unless I can say, hey, come to the gym with me, or have you thought about going to the gym, or, other things like that. There's no other way that I can really tell someone that they're gaining too much weight, or they need to be careful, without them being so offended. And I'm here to, in case someone has to have that conversation with them, or even if they have to have that conversation with a friend, to just be as transparent and as kind as possible. Because honestly, I feel like no matter how I would um no matter how I would tell people, it wasn't going to be received the right way. Now, I'll tell you, someone asked in the comments, has anyone ever told you that you were gaining weight? I would say the closest person that told me that I was gaining weight was probably my grandmother. And we all have that grandmother that don't, hello, that old school aunties, grandmas, uncles, probably too. Uncle told me something too, but anyways, yeah, but they didn't say it in the right way. You know what I mean? I was accused of being like big, pregnant, like, oh, is she pregnant? What is she gaining all this weight? Like, stuff like that. But to me, that wasn't the right way to tell me I was gaining weight. You know what I mean? To me, that kind of made it worse. So sometimes you just really have to know your friend, you have to know your family member and stuff. And just even say, hey, well, see, the thing is, you can't really say, hey, you want to go to the gym, unless you actually go to the gym too, you know? Because if someone comments on your weight, but has even a bigger issue than you, if that makes sense, then it's going to fall on deaf ears. But you have to be just as genuine as possible, but also to be mindful that, you got to change something, okay? Um, I talk to people all the time about how losing 60 pounds naturally has changed my life. And that's no sugarcoating, that's no finesse or anything. Losing weight has changed my life completely. Okay. For all those that say, well, I'm pretty with my weight, I was pretty with my weight too. Okay. But when I tell you, when you take some of that off your face, some of that off your neck, some of that off your arms, off your thighs, off your stomach, baby, that's a whole nother level of you that you never even realized you had. Okay. So I just encourage everyone to do a healthy strategy session. I do strategy sessions where I go with you because I understand it's a customized thing. Everyone doesn't lose weight the same way. Everyone doesn't take to certain foods the same way. Everyone doesn't take the same weight workouts the same way. So if you're someone that's looking for accountability, strategist, confidant, friend, I am here and I am doing wellness strategy sessions right now. And we are actually doing a Unbig Our Back challenge in the Wellness Warriors group. So if you haven't joined the Wellness Warriors, and check out our Unbig Our Back challenge. We do challenges every other month or so, or every 6 weeks, 8 weeks or so, where we really just get down to it. Okay. I just did a transformation challenge that I won at my gym, and they said it was about 50 to 60 people that signed up, and I won the women's division of the women under 40. So I'm going to take a lot of the strategies that helped me win, and I'm going to help my wellness warriors win. So if you're someone that's interested, please inbox me and let me know, because I don't want to be the only one losing weight. That's why I'm here every Sunday at 6:30 Central Standard Time. Wink, wink. I'm here every Sunday, 6:30, helping my girls, helping my fellas lose weight naturally. Because you'll be surprised how simple just a tweak in your diet, a tweak in your habits can really change your life. And then it be to the point where it's second nature. It's to the point where me going to the gym 5 days a week is second nature. But I didn't start like that, okay? I promise you I didn't start 5 days a week. I started with 3 days a week. Two of those was probably workout, two classes, okay? I had to catch the bus there after work or before work. I didn't feel like it. I was huffing and puffing starting out. I didn't like doing cardio. I didn't like doing weights. I didn't like doing none of this stuff. But I knew I was tired of the same thing, of me being passed over, looked over, being the frumpy friend, being the one behind the camera when I really wanted to be in front of the camera. Just not getting the opportunities I deserved because of the way I looked, or just because of the lack of confidence in the way I look. Now, if you got confidence, that takes you very, very far. But when you have confidence and you're fitter, or you have more of a mental confidence as well when it comes to your fitness and eating right, baby, that ain't nothing you can't do. Okay? There's no man you can't have. There's no trip you can't take. There's no job you can't reach the sky for. Nothing. Okay? I have literally reached opportunities because of me changing my habits. When I changed my habits when I ate, I was able to control me saying no and yes to things more. I was less of a pushover, no longer one anymore. Okay? And also just being able to attract better people in your life. That's so important too, because when you learn to eat better, work out, work on your mental and physical health, you kind of care less about things. And that's what the key to, I think, how a lot of older people kind of not care anymore sometimes. When you've gone through so much mental thinking and just a lot of stuff going on, and you just are able to make anything happen. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care what you said about me either. I don't care about this boss behind my neck, because I can get another job tomorrow. Okay, that's the type of confidence that can elevate us. Okay, so we're going to go through some questions. Today's topic is, how long are you going to go? How long are you going to keep seeing signs and still not change? Okay, me going through my photos from 2014, 15, even though it was been a minute from, that was a while ago, right? I still can look back on my journey today. And I suggest anyone watching this or the replay, go back on your photos. Sometimes that tells you such a story because it reminds you of what you were going through at that time. You know, yeah, I was between jobs and I wasn't cooking. I was going through breakups. I didn't care about cooking. Just I was going out a lot, and that summer of 2020, you know, all that stuff. It's gonna really make you realize your story behind where you may have fell off, as I did. So, how long are you going to start? Are you going to keep seeing the signs and not change? Something I realized between those years is I didn't change. I didn't change within a 3-year span I was looking at. Thanks for joining, and comment any questions you may have in Shay's Wellness Club right here live. Something I didn't realize is that within like a 3-year gap, I was just gaining weight like crazy. And I was like, why? And it was a couple different variations and different reasons and stuff like that. But what really put me into what happened mode was realizing no one told me. So this journey, no one's going to tell you until you're too far gone. And then even after that, they're not going to tell you. But I will tell you something though. Once you lose that weight, once you start losing 20 pounds, 30 pounds, and whichever your goal is past that, they're going to say, now you don't want to get too skinny now. They definitely going to tell you that. And I promise you, if you're someone that's on a goal of 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 60 pounds, there's going to be someone, even in your friend group, that's going to start saying stuff. And you're going to be like, but you ain't telling me when I was huffing and puffing up a hill. You weren't saying nothing when I couldn't go up a flight of steps. You weren't saying nothing when we were eating fast food at the all-you-can-eat buffet. You weren't telling me none of that. You weren't being shady then, but why are you being shady now that I'm losing the weight? Okay? I want my wellness warriors to be identify stuff like this because, one, it tells you that you're doing something right. When you start getting people saying, oh, you don't want to get too skinny, you don't want to wither away, what else is something I got? I used to get, you don't want to get too skinny, you don't want to wither away. Said, you still losing weight? You still want to lose more weight? You still going to the gym? You can eat that. You don't have to be on a diet. You can do that. You don't have to be on a diet all the time. When I tell you the weird, odd comments you'll get once you get on this journey and be for real, it's gonna make you want to keep going. It's gonna make you want to be like, wait a minute. I must be doing something right. Because why are you commenting so much on my downfall? That's what I low-key get. Because when you're on a weight loss journey and you're hearing you don't want to get too skinny, when in your mind, you're literally just going to the gym consistently. You're eating right, like it's second nature. You feel good to the point where you're just going to the gym because you love it, not just because you have to. You help your mental clarity. You're starting to say, no, I don't want to do that a little bit more. Oh, I'm not going to drink tonight a little bit more. I don't want to smoke tonight a little bit more. That's when people are going to start picking out certain things like, oh, you think you're better than us. Oh, you're not all that. You're not that innocent, man. Oh, I remember how you used to be. That's when you know you're doing something right. I'm just going to tell you that right now. And when you get to that stage, which doesn't take that much, doesn't take that long, the more determined you are, it's going to feel so amazing because you're going to be on people that you wouldn't even expect to that really care that much. You're going to be like, why is that I'm because once you start losing weight naturally, you start setting boundaries. You start being more disciplined with yourself. So that means you're going to set boundaries with others. Okay? Me, I slow down on drinking. I slow down on smoking. I do all that. And you'd be surprised how people start hanging out with you, how people kind of frown up with you. Like me, I'm very observant. And when you get in tune with your body, you're gonna be very observant to those around you. So you're very mindful of people's, especially if you've known them from a long time, mannerisms, stuff like that. So when you start talking positive or say no to certain things, you're gonna see little you know how people mouth tighten when they're just like, oh, girl, you ain't all that. You ain't like, so now you don't drink because you think you better. It's just surprising. I pray that doesn't happen to those that are listening, but that is very possible. Okay. And honestly, if someone needs to hear it, if they can't be on the journey with you, if they're not encouraging you to just do better, if they're not high-fiving you in a way where you're like, they really genuinely are happy for me and not like, why her, not me type of vibe, just make sure you just do your friends and your family, even family accordingly. Now, when it comes to family, I try to be more encouraging because someone asked me or talked about this recently. Do you want to be that healthy person in your family? Think about it. Name someone that's healthy in your family that just you every time you see them, they're like, or they look like they go to the gym, or they look smaller than they were, or they're always cooking healthy stuff, or they're always talking about, oh, I just did this accomplishment, or oh, I just went to the gym this week and stuff like that. Do you want to be that person in your family? And when I thought about that, when someone asked me that, I was like, I do. I want to be that health nut in the friend group too. I don't want to be the party girl no more. I don't want to be the, oh, she's nice and she can babysit and she not gonna say nothing. And I was always the person like, ask Sharday. I'm Sharday. Ask Sharday, she'll tell you the truth. I was always that person, right? So you just want to be that go-to. Like, Sharday, I want to lose weight naturally, even though I haven't got this message. But I want to lose weight naturally. What can I do at the gym to make my waist small, make my stomach small, make my, you know? Anyway, so we're going to go over some questions on the topic, how long are we going to keep seeing signs until we actually change? Seeing the signs in my photos made me realize I had to change something. A big difference I noticed from my photos now and the photos in my past album was actually nothing to do with my body at all. Can you guess what did I notice in my photos that could possibly show me different now, that I have done better now? Let me know in the comments. Okay, let me drink. Okay, so something that I noticed in my past photos, that I notice now that I've done so much better. Cooking. When I first, because I moved on my own at like, that's when I really blew up. When I moved on my own, first time moved on my own at, I think I was 22 or 23. I moved on my own. I did not cook. I fast food all the time. The only time I cooked was holidays. So I only cooked. I didn't even cook most holidays. I cooked Christmas and Thanksgiving, and sometimes one or the other, right? So I looked at my photos from those years ago, and I noticed that pictures of me eating food, a turkey, and whatever, once a year. But what I notice now, oh baby. Well, I'm a content creator, so I guess it's a little different. But I take pictures every time I cook something because, well, I have a meal prep service here in St. Louis, STL Green Eats. If you're someone that wants some delicious meal prep, that's tired, don't have time to cook for yourselves or for the kids, please inbox me. I would love to cook for you. I make basic but delicious meals that save you time and energy, okay? Because who feel like doing them dishes? I'll do them if you don't want to, okay? But now I cook so much more. I eat baked meats. If you watch these lives, and I suggest everyone watch the replay, baked meats, a good starch, a good um, what is it called? I cannot think of the name. Why can't I think of the name? Okay, vegetables. Oh my gosh, I couldn't think of the word vegetables. Okay, so vegetables, a good starch or carb, and a protein is my go-to for every meal. Okay, so I start. I realized that I cook more a lot. I cook a lot more now. I cook a lot more now than I did when I was younger. And that was the key part of me helping me losing my first 50, 40 pounds naturally. I lost a good set of weight before I even touched the gym because I did not play about my eating habits. So what I did was I cut off fried, heavy butter, heavy salt. I didn't really eat that much salt, but a lot of junk food. So I helped me eat a lot less chips, soda, juices. I didn't even realize juices like apple juice, orange juice had so much sugar in it. I let a lot of that go. If I do drink cranberry juice, I dilute it with water. Like, it was definitely a process getting into the healthier part. But I also made sure that I went to a dietitian and they helped me a lot with portion sizing. That's what made me create STL Green Eats, is me being able to utilize and realize portion sizing was such a big factor. I was eating too many portions, therefore eating too many calories. And when you eat too many calories, that's what messes us up. Too many calories and haven't burned that much. Okay. I wasn't going to the gym, but eating a lot of calories, of course, I'm going to have a big bag. Okay. So that's why I created the Unbig Our Back Challenge. That's why I created the Unbig Our Back Challenge, because it's something that really can help us unbig our back. I was able to lose 15 pounds, 4% body fat within 6 weeks at my gym because I stuck to the dietary part more than anything. And the gym, going through my workouts and taking extra workout classes, stuff like that. But the main thing of me losing 15 pounds fast, food, okay, is going to be the biggest thing. We see the signs early, but we ignore them. A lot of us don't realize that we see signs of us gaining weight and we ignore them. I've done this multiple times. How? Oh, I know this. I know when I gain, well, when you're in this journey, you're going to realize and notice what's making you or how you're gaining weight, right? So, seeing signs early in our weight loss journey can be a big way of stopping it before it gets too far, if that makes any sense. For instance, I see when I gain weight when I have a double chin. Okay? We look in the mirror every morning. So when I start seeing, I get it. Oh, I gotten better. But when this grows and this starts to, like, you see the lines when they start getting bulgy, like like that. That's when I realize I'm gaining weight. When the signs that gonna indicate that you're gaining weight, your jeans don't fit like they was. I definitely saw that. Okay. My favorite jeans, and us ladies, we always have a favorite pair of jeans where our booty look good, our thighs looking good, and everything. And when you put them on, it's hard to button it up. That was my sign that I was gaining weight. Another sign that I was gaining weight: dresses. Dresses that made me look super, super curvy and cute was getting real full. And I just couldn't stand it. But I was ignoring the signs. You know what sign I couldn't ignore? Someone telling me I was gaining weight. And what's annoying to me is not the fact that someone pointed out that I was gaining weight, but it was the fact that I ignored all the signs bringing me up to that point. Okay? If you're someone that can take the constructive criticism, hey, all power to you. But when this comes to a point where someone points it out, that means it's too late. Like, you gain too much weight. And when someone points out to me, that's when I gain like 30, 40 pounds. Okay. And I'm like, and then I think about it. I'm like, yeah, I was going to Quick Trip too many times. I was going to Taco Bell a little too many times. I just know when someone points it out and I see it, I've already seen it already. I know what it was. When we're observant, and someone that's watching this, we know what it is that's making us gain the weight. It might be the chips, it might be the sugar, it might be the ice cream, it might be the fat cakes, the ding dongs, it might be the Oreo cookies, it might be the juice, the Hawaiian punch juice, the orange juice that we have every morning with our breakfast. It might just all just add up. Okay. And being observant of that isn't making you feel bad, or it isn't God isn't showing us this, and I hate to put God into it, but God isn't showing these things for no reason. He's trying to show us these things so we can fix it. Just like shows us signs if we're supposed to be with that person or not. God shows us signs and we choose to ignore them. So the same thing with food and gaining weight. If we see the signs early, we can catch it early. That's why, to me, hey, if someone had to tell me to let me lose 30 pounds, I might be hurt at the time. I might be a little sad, like, why did you tell me I gained weight? Don't take what I've learned in life, and I'm in my mid early 30s. I can't take things too personal. Some things I have to really take as constructive criticism. Some things I really have to say, ouch, but you're right. Okay? Ow. I didn't want to hear that I gained some weight. But I need to hear that in order for me to lose some weight. Hello? Ain't nobody about to tell me I gained weight. Then I go on a scale and realize I gained 30 pounds and then I don't lose it. That's insanity if you don't do something different. Okay? So sometimes I learn to not take things personal. But I'd rather get to the point where I just stay on top of it instead of someone telling me, hello? Because you just feel so annoyed. And then you get an attitude. And then it's like, oh, I ain't gonna tell her no more. Tell me when I'm gaining weight. When I'm famous and rich years from now, I know the world's gonna not crucify me, but put me through the ringer. But tell me when I'm losing weight, so I just know to fix it. But hopefully my husband tell me that first. Anyways, but yes, we see signs early, but ignore them. We see the signs early, but ignore them. So I'm going to tell you a few things that you should look out for if you're wondering, am I losing weight? Am I gaining weight? The face starts changing. My face used to be a lot rounder than this. I have like thick cheekbones. I don't know. But my face used to be, I don't know. I don't know. But my face used to be rounder than this, okay? So the face starts changing. The clothes stop fitting right. You start posing differently in your photos like I used to at 2:30. You avoid certain angles when you take pictures. You avoid certain angles when you take pictures. You avoid certain angles when you take pictures because you think you look smaller in certain angles. And low key, I mean, it may work, but you still have the weight on you or me. And this is going to be a harder one for us to dissect, to grasp. Signs of early signs that we're gaining weight that we ignore are chairs, stairs, walking, our energy levels start exposing what's really going on. Those things right there alone. We sit in chairs every day. We go upstairs every day. We're walking every day, and we can identify our energy levels every day. Those, being honest with ourselves, can indicate if we are fit or not. You could be skinny and not be physically fit. Okay? Because people ask me, I'll say that all the time. Well, just because you lost weight don't mean you're physically fit. Or just because someone's skinny isn't physically fit. You are correct. That's why these things indicate if you are gaining weight or not. You keep seeing these signs, but you keep telling yourself, it's not that serious. I was definitely someone that told myself, it's not that serious. I could have another week of fun. I could have another week of eating like this, not working out, this stuff. But every week, I'm not even going to say every day. Because you can go days. Ooh. Phone dropped. Okay, we're back. Lost my train of thought. Okay, so signs don't usually show up at first. They whisper. Let me say it again. I gotta bring a prop into this. The signs, the signs of you, the signs of us losing or gaining weight, the signs of us gaining weight don't just show up. They whisper. They whisper. Okay? They tell us a little inklings, a little clues. All right, your dress ain't fitting the way it's supposed to. Okay, so my dress is starting to grab my arm a little more than usual. This seat It's kind of harder to sit in. Okay? One day it's going to whisper. One day the signs are going to whisper, and then it's going to scream. Okay? One day the signs of us gaining weight are going to whisper. If we don't listen, it's going to scream. I cannot fit this dress no more. I cannot fit these jeans no more. I can't fit these shoes no more. Now, you really got me bumped when I found out that when I've lost my weight, I've lost shoe size. For real? You're telling me that I can not only save money on clothes, because plus size clothes are a little more expensive, bras, because bras are still expensive for me. I don't know. But underwear, jeans, but shoes, I can save money on my shoes by going down a size or two smaller from losing weight naturally. Oh, I can't think of any reason to not want to lose a little weight. I can't think of a downside of losing weight. I don't even feel like there's such thing as losing too much weight. Now, I do understand when someone says they feel like they're looking deflated. That's when building muscle comes in. But someone telling me I'm withering away, you don't want to get too skinny. What happens if I get too skinny? What? I'm a starve? Because I'm telling you, I completely understand how smaller people, skinnier people eat so much and don't gain weight. Because when you get into the gym and work out and stuff, you are hungry all the time. I'm like, why am I hungry? One, I do fast when I go to the gym. I try not to eat past 9, and I don't eat until 2 to 3 p.m. But when that time comes, I am so hungry. I want to eat the house. Okay? And even after I eat, I want to eat again in 2 hours. And that's just your metabolism, apparently. So I understand now why smaller people are hungry all the time. I don't know. Foodies. I'm definitely a foodie. Anyways. Okay. This is another. Being loved, employed. Okay. Being loved, employed, and successful does not mean you're healthy. Just like time, life waits on no one, right? So your decision to be healthier is really on you. That's why those that choose to eat healthier, to work out, reap such benefit, because it's extremely hard to stick to it. So when you do stick to it, you reap the ultimate rewards. And I can attest to those. Okay? I can be more disciplined than I already am now. And I go to the gym like 5 days a week. But if I were to even do better with my eating, or more mindful of my eating, I'll probably do even better. But yes, being loved, employed, or successful does not mean you're healthy. Going to the gym doesn't necessarily mean you're healthy. What indicates our healthy ways is the kitchen. That's why Shay's Wellness Club implements the UMA method. We unbig our back in the kitchen, we move with intention, and we use accountability every day of our lives. Those 3 things that we implement are important in us seeing success in our wellness and weight loss journey. Okay? For those that don't know, I have a wellness unbig our back challenge coming up right now, starting tomorrow, June 1st. We are tracking our steps. We are doing 8,000 steps per day. We are going to be doing accountability sessions, which is included. We're going to be doing, we get grocery list, checklists, and just everything in between. And also online workouts if you're available to do that. But inbox me ready so we can do our Unbig Our Back challenge or join our wellness club, because just having an accountability partner can change your life, okay? Just like all the other rich people do it. Rich people pay for the life they want, okay? People with means pay for the things that they want. A mentor is ideal to level up in your life. You may be at level 10 already, you need to get to level 15. Okay? If you're at level 15, you're trying to get to level 20. So if you're someone that's looking to lose weight naturally, serious about some real sustainable advice, strategies, and ways to just do what needs to happen in order to reach success, and I'm talking about eating habits, workout habits, more confidence in life, finding ways to make more money online, just any of the sort, shayswellnessclub.com is a great place to start. But yes, I wasn't an ugly person. I wasn't ugly. I wasn't lazy. I was still loved. I still got promoted. And I wasn't showing up as my best self. Weight loss wasn't about being worthy. It was about being honest. Weight loss wasn't about weight loss wasn't about me being worthy. It was about being honest with myself. Do I want to be the frumpy friend of the group? I don't care. Just think about it, and I want us to really be accountable. The accountable part is part of Shay's Wellness Club. Listen to my sentence. I don't care how people look at me. I have a great personality. I don't care how I look. At least I'm nice. I don't care how people perceive me. I'm a great person inside. But in order for us or for other people to know what's inside, they have to see us in the forefront, okay? Losing weight or, just losing weight can build your confidence more than it already is now. So your confidence, my confidence at 230 was a 10. Me losing 60 pounds went to 20. What does that do? What does that do? I got promoted without having to beg for it because they saw my discipline. I knew to say no while I was working. I had the confidence to say no to things that didn't serve me any purpose, that I didn't want to do, that I thought wasn't a good idea. I was able to express my opinions without, maybe I shouldn't say that, or what if they're mad at me? No. If you could handle controlling what you eat, you could literally do whatever you want to do. Okay? I'm not saying treat people like crap or anything. I'm just saying having the confidence in your heart. You know how you want to say something from your heart, but you don't say it because you're not confident? I know somebody who's watching this knows what I mean. Where you want to say something from your heart, but you're not confident enough to say it. When you lose weight naturally, that endurance, that perseverance, that dog in you makes you like, girl, say that with your chest, with your heart. No. In order for me to progress in this company, I'm going to need a little more than because my job entitles this, but you make me do this, and this. I've literally pushed myself to different levels in management, stuff like that. So it's just, weight loss isn't just about looking good for the man, for the woman. Weight loss isn't just, oh, I'm going to eat right. Oh, I'm going to look good in a swimsuit. Weight loss is literally gaining confidence to get whatever you want, pushing for yourself to do whatever you want to do, um, building a future for you and your kids. Okay? If you're someone like me that don't have kids but want kids one day, you building a better future for you being able to enjoy having kids. Okay? I remember one time I was talking to my mom, and she I don't know what made me talk about weight loss, but she, or kids. And I said, "Well, Mom, I want to be a certain weight because if I was still 230 pounds, for me, if I were still to be 230 pounds and got pregnant, gain, I'm gonna just assume, because we all gain weight from kids, right? I'm just assuming. And I gained 30, 40 pounds, that's 260. And that takes, the more weight we gain, the harder it is to lose. Okay? It's easy to gain it already. So if I have kids and I'm already 30, 40 pounds over what I'm already am, I had to consider that. And my mom really was like, wow, my daughter's smart. And I'll never forget that reaction when I told her that. She was like, that's really smart to think about. She was like, yeah, you're right. And I kind of lived by that. So when we go through our weight loss, it's not just for that. It's for so we can walk to our kids, run with our kids, so we can, even our grandparents, it's important for them to think about their fitness. If you're over 50, 60, 70, even 80, okay? It's important for us to focus on our fitness so we can enjoy life. Just think being in your 60s or 70s and being too fragile to pick up a gallon of milk, which would be equivalent as a baby, a grandchild, a child. We have to build our strength up. So weight loss isn't just about looking good. It's about the people around us that's going to need us, okay? Being able to walk down the aisle for our mom, brother, sister, cousin to walk down the aisle. Showing up for myself was the best thing I ever did. Okay, so the real question for today, but we went through a few of them. Check out the replay if you haven't watched the whole thing. Check out the replay. Listen to it like a podcast. This can really help you with your accountability and wellness goals. Why did it take me so long to realize I gained that weight? Or what took me so long to realize I gained it back? And that's something I noticed in my photos, that within about 2 or 3 year span, I was getting bigger, going down, bigger, going down, bigger, going down, bigger, going down, right? Why did it take me so long to get it together? And that's when I realized I had to have professional help. I need a wellness strategist like me. I need a dietitian that my doctor prescribed me to. I need a meal prep service that can get me just started with meal prepping, or even just some recipes. But I needed some help, and that's something that I definitely suggest. When it's taking you too long to get it together, sometimes we need help. Me, when I fall off and I'm like, man, I'll just gain weight again, blah blah blah, which happens, and we're human. Don't beat yourself up if you gain weight, certain weight, But asking for advice, hiring someone to help you is going to save you so much money in the long run. Would you rather pay $97 for me as a wellness strategist? Would you rather pay your dietitian, which can be prescribed by a doctor? Or will you rather wait another 10 years and have to pay $80 to $100, $200 a month on medications, on special visits, specialists to make sure that you're okay with your heart condition, liver condition, kidney condition? This adds up if we do not take the advice now. If we don't get it together, we're going to have to pay for it later. We can enjoy all the junk food, all the, the sodas, the processed meats, processed cheese, hot-head cheese. You still eat that. Pork. We can eat that all we want now in our 20s and 30s and 40s. But if we don't kind of upgrade our eating habits, and I say upgrade because eating healthier isn't boring. It's an upgrade. When you eat healthier, you're upgrading your eating habits. You're giving your kitchen a luxury makeover, okay? Because now, and in your journey, you're going to look at your cart from back then to now. You'll be like, I'm doing better now. I don't eat noodles all the time. It's cheap, yeah. But I'm telling you right now, the government, well, not even the government, because we're choosing this at this point. We're eating certain things in survival mode because we're used to it. Because it's cheap and it hasn't raised no prices. Noodles always been $1. Why do you think that is? Because it's high in sodium, adds to hypertension, high blood pressure. It's plastic we're eating. It is, it doesn't digest well in our system. It makes us cranky. It makes us hungry 2 hours later. It just isn't for us. But if we're mindful of what we're eating, what we're grocery shopping, what we're doing this and all that, oh, it's $4 extra. My bill is an extra $50. Well, would you rather, something that I had to decide when I was grocery shopping, would you rather spend extra $50 on some food that would give you fuel? Would you rather spend $50 at the club? Would you rather spend extra $50 on some hookah? Would you rather spend some extra $50 on weed, on liquor? No, I don't. I think me eating healthier is more important than me smoking. And what I didn't realize was I was exchanging those two things. Oh, I can eat an Emo's pizza for $20, get my little dime bag or whatever, but then I have to go back and eat for another couple days instead of taking that money I use for other crap and have enough food for the week. And a lot of us don't realize, oh, there's not enough money. Food is too expensive. Food is going to be expensive regardless. I'm sorry to have to tell you. I'm sorry I have to know that. But food is going up regardless. Mind you, fruits and vegetables are free. It's literally grown from the earth. And they're charging us for something that God grew. That's a bad thing already. But we have to realize it's inevitable for this food to continue to go up. Hopefully it go back down, but it's not right now. So what's more important to you? Healthier habits? I'm going to spend $100 on groceries for the next 2 weeks, or I'm going to put $100 towards a weed bag or 2 bottles. That's going to hurt your liver anyway, damage your lungs anyway, make you more lazy, make you less energy, have you scatterbrained, brain fog, all this other stuff. But if I put $50 to $100 towards this grocery bill, my kids may have less hyperness. My husband is full and happy. I ain't got to go out to I don't have to get into it with no fast food worker at the counter. I can actually have family time and cook. I have time to actually cook, teach my kids how to cook. There's just so many better ways to use our money and stuff. So I just hope that resonated with somebody. When I had a wellness warrior tell me, she said, she saw me in the living room working out, and she started working out with me. I said, see, our babies are watching. And what's not the best feeling in the world as to a mini me mimicking what we're doing. That's positive. A 7-year-old, 8-year-old doing sit-ups in the living room with your mom or with you or with, be that positive influence in your family's life, because it really impacts the kids more than anything. Yeah. And this last one, weight loss is mostly psychological. And I believe that. Weight loss is mostly psychological. It's all in our mind. Our mindset, our ability to make it happen no matter what. So a new thing that I'm implementing is the 1-2-3 method. They said the 1-2-3-4-5 method, but 5 I would have been quit. Okay, so I do the 1-2-3 method. If you're trying to get up for the gym and you're someone that snoozes, I do the 1-2-3 method. You hear the alarm. 1, have your phone away from you when you get up. My alarm goes off, I have to get out of bed and go across the room. 1, that wakes you up a little more, and 2, it disrupts your sleep. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, I get up, I do not get back down. That's a great method to go by. 2, having to close out the night before. I'm still working on that, but that's a great thing to implement as well. The body follows the mind. Let me say this to the camera. The body follows what the mind commits to. The body follows what the mind commits to. So if you do 1, 2, 3, get up, your mind is committed to getting up. You make your body do it. Okay? Your mind wakes up to the alarm. Your body has to get up in order to turn it off. And then, well, I'm up now. Might as well brush my teeth, wash my face, not scroll. Sometimes it is a bit of a hassle to not touch my phone other than turning off my alarm. But if you can, try not to touch your phone other than turning your alarm off 30 minutes to an hour after you wake up and before you wake up. Before you go to sleep, after you wake up, try not to touch your phone. That is a great day to start with success. Because when we wake up with our phone, automatically, by our ears, by our brain, we absorb a lot of energy, okay? From bad stuff. I'm in St. Louis because there's always something going on here. It's always fighting, all kinds of stuff, okay? Sometimes the issue is lack of decision. So we have to make a conscious decision every day when that alarm goes off, especially if it's to get up earlier for the gym. I'm getting up in the morning. Before you go to sleep, I'm getting up for the morning. I'm waking up. When I used to work at a warehouse and going to the gym, I'm going to wake up an hour earlier than I'm supposed to so I can work out for 45 minutes. And I really stuck to that for a long time. And that's how I was able to, maintain a shape and stuff. Hard. Very, very hard. That means I had to wake up at 5 a.m. to get there at 7 or something. And I lived not far from the place, okay? I had to wake up 45 minutes earlier than usual for me to get my workout in. But when your mind is made up, your body will follow. So if you're someone that's I don't have time for the gym, wake up an hour earlier or before bed, because it kind of helps before bed for you to just make it happen. You cannot keep saying next week and expect this week's body to change. You cannot say next week, I'm going to start Monday, and expect this week's body to change. Your mind is already thinking next week, not tonight, tomorrow. So you have to put in your mind that you're going to make it happen. When I wake up, when the alarm goes off, 1, 2, 3, up. Wash face automatically. When you put that cold water in your face, you're up. You're awake. You're up. I remember even like having to wake up and my alarm go off. I turn it off. I keep my eyes closed, walk to the bathroom, use the bathroom, and then get back to the bed. Don't do that. No, don't do that. But don't cut corners. Okay, this is another good one. You have to decide daily to not cut corners. Deciding daily, I'm going to do this all the way through. I'm going to go and do a full hour at the gym. I'm not going to do 30 minutes on the treadmill, or I'm not going to just get halfway there and see Starbucks, stop there, and then end up going back home. But we're really going to do it all the way through. I'm not going to lie. 2 times this past week, I go to the gym 5 days a week. 2 of those days, I really was like, snooze. I don't want to go to the gym today. I don't need to go to the gym. I already go 5 days a week. I don't need to go no all day, all week. Nah. I got up. I did 1, 2, 3, up. And I went. And when I did, I said, you know what? Since it's Saturday and I wanted to be lazy, I'm going to do an extra 10 minutes. Sometimes you got to punish yourself in order for you to, I ain't finna be doing that no more. Because it's so easy to just say, not today. It's so easy to do it. But once you say 1, 2, 3, doing it. I'm doing it. Get up. I'm doing it. Treadmill. I'm doing it. Stairmaster. Like Saturday, because my breaks are on Sundays. So Saturday, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do the Stairmaster at the end. I do my Stairmaster after my workout. And I had a class. So I was like, I could do the treadmill. Or I could just, not do cardio today. No, we're doing cardio. And we're doing the full 20 minutes on the Stairmaster. Yes. Yep. And if I do the full 20 minutes, because sometimes it helps when you bribe yourself. Whatever you need to do to encourage yourself to keep going, do it. Okay? I encourage myself. I said, Sharday, if you do 20 minutes on the Stairmaster today, and I know you don't feel like doing it, but get you a podcast to listen to, a book, something. If you do 20 minutes on the Stairmaster, you could do 20 minutes in the steam room or in the sauna. I said, once you get through them first 2 minutes, the first 5 minutes, then the first 10, I'm like, okay, I'll do 10 more. And then you just, and then after I was done, I was so thankful and felt so good that I did it. When you push yourself through something you don't feel like doing, you're just 10 times better once you get through it, because you put in your mind the psychological part of weight loss. You put in your mind that I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to get it done anyway. I don't feel like cleaning this room, but I'm going to get it done anyway. I don't feel like doing this workout, but I'm going to get it done anyway. I'm too scared to do this speaking engagement, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't think I'm really going to win this transformation challenge, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay? And when you have that attitude, there's nothing you can't do. So I just thank you guys for joining Shay's Wellness Club live Q&A accountability sessions. We are here every Sunday at 6:30 Central Standard Time talking about accountability, weight loss management, and bettering our relationship with food and everything in between, the psychological and everything like that. Join us and check out the replays of our past replays. We did a lot of it. And join our Unbig Our Back challenge. We have a few spots available still, and we would love for you to join us. Accountability, wellness sessions, and everything, and also some workouts. So have a great day. Be kind. Don't take things personal, and put God first. Love you guys. Bye.